And Barb Byram, let me begin with you at the county level and what this reporting means to you.
Well, it's disheartening, quite frankly, but it's exactly what we expected. These are the same people that were banging on the glass at the TCF Center, demanding that precinct workers stop counting ballots. So it's expected, but it's very disheartening to see it as it's being reported.
And Secretary Hobbs, what can be done to defend against this kind of interference?
Well, look, as Barb said, these are the same folks who have been attacking our elections since the 2020 election, and they're going to continue. They're trying whatever strategy they can to sow chaos and doubt and undermine confidence. And this is just another one of their strategies. But there's a process, there's procedures in place, and these folks can't just march into polling places and do whatever they want. The poll workers that are selected to work by our counties are trained, and they have procedures to follow. And we're going to be ready to intervene if these folks just go rogue like this.
Barb Byram, is Michigan particularly vulnerable in the way its systems are run, vulnerable to this kind of subversion?
Absolutely not. Michigan has some of the strongest and most secure elections in the country. And we stand ready, working in partnership with law enforcement to make sure that any precinct worker who is operating in bad faith, who is intentionally slowing down the process of the day of election or of a voter moving through the process, they will be held accountable, and we will continue to run a smooth election.
So Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State of Georgia, won against the Trump candidate. He won 52-33. There were other candidates in the race splitting the rest of the vote. 52-33, not even close. Donald Trump says that's a fraudulent election and those results can't be trusted. He says the same about Republican Governor Brian Kemp in his primary, who got 73.7% of the vote. And Donald Trump's candidate, David Perdue, got 21% of the vote. And Donald Trump is saying that Brian Kemp stole that election, that the candidate with 73% of the vote didn't actually win the election. So, Secretary Hobbs, that tells you there really is absolutely no limit to the size of the lies Donald Trump and his supporters are willing to tell.
No, I mean, this speaks to the hypocrisy, and there's Republicans who are getting elected on these same ballots, Trump Republicans who think their election's just fine, but they can't. Either the elections are good or they're not. It's the same elections and the same people administering and overseeing them. So it just undermines their arguments. And it does show you the lengths that they'll go to. But I think it also underscores that we are not out of the woods in terms of the attacks on our democracy. That's, I guess, why we're still talking about the 2020 election now and what they're going to do in the future. But it shows you also what's at stake on the ballot in 2022, because until we get all these election deniers out of the process, we're going to continue to have these conversations. It's happening in Arizona with Kari Lake, the frontrunner in the Republican primary, who's been endorsed by Trump and continues to call for decertifying the 2020 election. And it's why I'm running for governor. I need folks to join me in that at katiehobbs.org.